Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome.
Ebony allegedly reached her breaking point. They say it was a cry of war as she publicly curses herself, thinking she's cursing our jewel. You know, vowing that the Ofarende ritual will never be completed as long as she continues to breed in this world. And people are saying, so shall it be, because you said the full moon ritual will never be completed. Have they not completed it? In spite of everything that you guys did, they still completed the full moon ritual. They said Ebony had reached her breaking point to the humiliation, the stripping of her, immunity, her shrine, the disgrace of losing her, snake, and the loss of her grandmother had piled on her shoulder like a mountain. But what burned her most was the return of, our jewels light in the palace, and the way everyone, including, the Lion of Odua now, the way the lion has been lifting, the jewel up, like making her feel like the best thing that has ever happened to Ile Ife. Though a lot of people may not agree with that, but you know that, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, and love is in the heart of the beholder. One thing I would say for sure is that when a man loves a woman, hey, I know some people will say Dela right. I mean, Dela Ram, please continue with your voicing. Just don't sing. When a man loves a woman, there's nothing you can do about it. Hi, they say Ebony is so upset. Okay, they said Ebony has sworn, like, boldly that the Ofarende ritual will never be completed as long as she continues to be a Goke's daughter. That Ofarende ritual will never completed. They say Ebony stood boldly, her wrapper tied firmly around her waist, her eyes red with anger, her voice rising above the crowd like thunder. People had gathered because they knew Ebony was about to make trouble. And she did not disappoint. She, raised her hands to the sky and shouted, enough is enough. Ebony would not allow this, palace to see peace as long as, our jewel keeps walking around with her head high. You people want to pretend as if she is favored, as if she is chosen, but I will show you that her so-called glory will never last. As long as I breathe, that Ofarende ritual you are all waiting for will never be completed. Now, in the interest of those who do not know what this Ofarende ritual is, from the information we are getting, they said that Ofarende ritual is a ritual, that single ritual, the full moon ritual is completed so, and that is why you see the relationship between our jewel and the Lion of Odua is so soft and beautiful and excellent right now. But as soon as she before she move her things back to her matrimonial home, whether she's not going to stay there, she goes, but symbolically, she's supposed to be welcomed back into her matrimonial home, then she will now be able to go to stay wherever she wants to stay. Now, before she's welcomed back into her matrimonial home, she will go through a ritual that is called the Ofarende ritual. That ritual is the ritual that will bring the jewel and the Lion of Odua back to the public, okay? That is the ritual that will usher them back to be seen publicly. That is something that is done in Ile Ife, their kingship. It is their tradition. That the way our jewel left the palace is not something that is common. It is not done. And for, the Lion of Odua, he is the only living deity. So being married to him is not a tea party affair. And so there are certain decisions that you are not expected to take as long as you are married to him. One of those decisions is the decision that our jewel took when she left the palace of, the Lion of Odua. And you and I know why she did that. She did that because they pushed her. Everybody today, even those who were pretending they didn't know that she was pushed out of that place, today they agree that she was pushed out of that place. And as a matter of fact, it was even because of the fact that the lion and his cabinet found out that she was, you know, diabolically pushed out of the palace that way. And that's why the lion started standing by her. So right now, for her to be ushered back outside, that, you know, right now, the lion and our jewel, they go to places, they go privately. From what we are hearing, they said they recently came back from Spain last week, that they were in Spain together. They go privately and they come back privately. They are not seen together. They are only seen inside, you know, the palace, like when our jewel goes to visit him or they go to do something. But after the Ofarende ritual, you begin to see them outside together. Now, if you notice what is going on, you find out that the Oloris are not coming out again. Like you hardly see them like man and wife like you used to see them. Remember those days, every, you know, 2 days you see them together, You find out that with all the crisis and everything that is happening in the palace, that is not happening again. But it's not just about the crisis, it's about the fact that our jewel is back into the picture, okay? The fact that our jewel is back into the picture is the reason why you see that things have really changed, okay? And so as we are hearing what is going on, the Ofarende ritual that is supposed to usher, bring them back together publicly, Ebony has sworn that as far as she lives, as far as she is the daughter of the soil, the Amani song herself, that Ofarende ritual will never be completed. And they said, Kabiyesi's brothers are saying, let them watch and see. If she's the one who is running the throne, that we should say Ofarende ritual will never be completed. They say she stepped forward, her eyes darting around at the crowd when, you know, then, you know, she said this thing, okay? That her eyes were fixed at Queen Naomi's supporters. Do you all think I am afraid? Do you think stripping me of immunity has ended me? No, I am still here. My voice is still strong and I will use it. The jewel may think the palace is hers again, but she is deceiving herself. She may be dancing with confidence now, but let her, you know, hear me clearly. The day the Ofarende ritual is completed is the day I stop breathing. As long as I live, it will never, ever happen. Now, to think that these are the same people who will continue to want to go to her, that they want to make peace with her, then 1 minute you want to make peace with her, the next minute you are swearing brimstone and thunder, she will not come in, the ritual will not be completed, and all of that. You see the level of hypocrisy that is in this matter, right? And it is not something that anybody should play with. They said, you know, she stamped her feet hard on the ground. That is Ebony. Naomi, you stole that. You stole what belongs to others. You walked around as if you are untouchable, but you are not. You are flesh and blood, just like me. You will know no peace as long as I stand. Let the gods of this land hear me today. If you know our jewel ever complete that ritual, let my own life be taken. But if she does not, let her crown of pride crumble before her eyes. The same way I have been humiliated, the same way I have been shamed in my own land, is the same fate that will befall her. They say people began to murmur. Some begged her to calm down. A few tried to move closer to hush her, but she shoved them aside with her word. And they said that was when Yaitunu came out and told her that you have no right. You are not the owner of the throne. You have this entitlement attitude that makes you feel as if you own the entire Ife. Nobody owes you anything. You have no right to lay curses on her. curse not the blessed, because if you curse her, the curses will return back to you. You stood here and you swore that the full moon ritual will never be completed. Where are we today? It is completed. Everything is fine. You did everything to make sure that the full moon ritual was not successful. It is successful, and today you're standing here running your mouth again. It will never happen. She has come and she has come. No matter what you do, no matter how much you swear, everything will return back to your head, just as it has been returning. They said it was not a small thing that happened in the palace. So as we are hearing, I'm going to bring you more update. This was somebody that said had gone to the UK. Whether she stayed in the UK for only 2 days, I don't know. Some are saying they came because she heard that her grandmother had passed. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.